Leading Special Teams, The Leadership Team of Megrism, Inc. by Marilyn España. Alright, today we want to talk about leading special teams through the creative problem-solving process. And the process begins in 4 steps. The first one is quantity, quality, capture idea in detail, and differences of good and bad. So looking forward, we're going to talk a little bit more about these in a little more detail here. So the first one is quantity. What do we mean by quantity? It means that in order to problem solve, we want to start by gathering a large number of ideas through diversity and massive brainstorming of all possibilities. And that's within the team and the leader. And this is the big part of the beginning of the problem solving process, because through here we're able to have more possibilities and more opportunities to grow. Next, we have quality. And what do we mean by quality? This is very important because in this category we're talking about producing or manufacturing unique ideas, which we all have, but very unique and abstract ideas that are our very own, that we'll be taking into consideration of all categories of the company's main end goal. And by doing this, we want to brainstorm at its finest through creativity of all peers, as I mentioned in the beginning. Next, we want to focus on capturing in detail, and what we mean by this is generally looking at the bigger picture. And how do we do that? We look at the bigger picture by developing group abstracts and out-of-the-box ideas into realistic solutions. And this is in order to implement these successfully into the company is the outcome, by capturing all of the little details and brainstorming in a meeting with all of our peers and leaders about what are the great possibilities of these. And we can also have fun while we're doing this. We can gather around with, a few refreshments and talk about what of all the things that we can come up with. Is one of the greatest strategies we can do. And this can take a day or 2 or 3 to come up with the final conclusion. And last but not least, very important, the overall perspective is the good and bad outcomes. So we want to nail down with all of these, we end up nailing down and concluding by taking notes of the pros and cons, as we each consider the best possibilities of the outcome, but also looking at the obstacles that might arise, the uncontrollable circumstances. And to wrap up, what we mean here, in other words, is to think diversely. Fitting our original personalities and the way we think and our backgrounds come into play through these 4 here: fluency, flexibility, originality, and elaboration. The first one, through fluency, we're producing a large number of ideas, like we mentioned before, but also, through understanding or problem solving within the group. The flexibility comes into being able to produce ideas in a variety of categories, which we talked about also. And then following the next step is originality. And that's in tying in the ability to produce unusual and unique ideas through the team, all of us together as a collective main word. So to conclude, the elaboration of this process is generating ideas and depth of creativity. Bottom line. As we understand this, we can conclude that diversity creates originality. Thank you.